Hey everyone, I'm Maria, and today we're going to be talking about 6 must-see movies for Pisces. If you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe in this little box right here so you can stay up to date with any more of my videos coming up. Like I said in my Scorpio video, these movies are for anyone. They just happen to have to do with the Pisces traits. Bonus points if the movie has a connection to or has something to do with water, since that is the Pisces element. So I'm going to start off with a Pisces trait and then go into the movie recommendation. Number 1. Overly emotional. Pisces are so in tune with their emotions that sometimes it can get the better of them. You'll usually find 2 kinds of Pisces. They're either A, the type to cry in the middle of an argument, or B, the type to completely shut off. And if a Pisces does shut down completely, it takes them a very, very, very long time to recover. In fact, it's probably one of the things that Pisces have to work through the most in their life is learning how to let go and move on from this grudge or resentment they might have that has caused them to shut down emotionally. For this trait, I'm recommending 2013's The Broken Circle Breakdown. This is a beautiful Belgian drama film that follows the life of a couple as they go through many different stages of their relationship. Its structure is non-linear, similar to 500 Days of Summer, if you've seen that. So the characters themselves in this movie aren't overly emotional. They're not really shut down either. So the reason I picked it is because it's gonna make you overly emotional when you watch it. And this goes for any sign, not just Pisces, but I do think Pisces will enjoy being in their feels in this movie. On a lighter note, this movie has one of the best soundtracks I have ever heard in my life. And I know that's a bold statement, but I'm sticking by it. Does it have water? No, not really. Unless you count the river of tears that you're gonna be crying once the movie's over. Half a point, maybe? Okay, half a point. I'm okay with that. Number 2, creative. Pisces are known as the most artistic of all the signs. They have huge imaginations, and they are also seen as the dreamers of the zodiac. For this trait, I'm recommending 2001's Spirited Away. Spirited Away is an animated fantasy film produced by Studio Ghibli and directed by Hayao Miyazaki, which, if you know those names, then you probably already know what a powerful movie this is. I think Pisces could really relate and find a lot of compassion for Chihiro, the protagonist, as she goes through this very mystical journey. Relating back to the trait at hand, this movie is creative beyond your wildest dreams. It does this beautiful thing where it takes you into a complete fantasy, but somehow, even with all the strange creatures and like sort of parallel universe things you see, it has a way of reaching the most human part of you, that most compassionate part of you. Really, I'd recommend any Miyazaki film. This is my personal favorite and the one that I think Pisces would be able to relate to the most. Water. It does call to mind the element of water. It takes place in a bathhouse, so a lot of water there, and the bathhouse is on this, I don't know, it's like this sort of island or something, but there is this huge body of water that is separating the bathhouse from the town. So I'm gonna say yes to water. That should be a solid point right there. Number 3, impressionable. Pisces can be very idealistic and usually look for the best in others. This can lead them to be a little overly trusting or easily swayed in a direction. Like if a very assertive person suggests something to a Pisces, they're very likely to do it because they want to be agreeable and keep the peace. For this trait, I'm recommending 2014's Obvious Child. I wanted to include a comedic film, and Obvious Child seems to have the right depth for what a Pisces would be looking for in a movie. Protagonist Donna is impressionable in the sense that she still has a lot of growing up to do. She's basically a kid in an adult body, which I think a lot of us are. She is really idealistic and a dreamer in the way that many artists are. And she also seems to let herself be taken by people's opinion of her. Not like strangers' opinion of her, but people that know her. Whether the opinion of her comes from them directly saying it to her or something that she assumes in her head that they think about her. It's a really, really funny movie and ahead of its time. It deals with Donna, who gets pregnant from a one-night stand and is considering having an abortion. Kind of heavy material in that sense, but otherwise it's presented in a very real way, but a very funny way. Definitely check it out. Was there water in the movie? I think, you know, when she got pregnant, she had to drink a lot of water. She couldn't have alcohol anymore, so she had to drink water. No, nothing, no, okay, you know what? That's fine, I get that. Number 4, empathetic. If you need someone that can listen to you or a shoulder to cry on, then Pisces will be there for you. They might even start crying with you out of empathy. For that reason, I'm going with 2017's The Shape of Water. Most of you might have already heard of Shape of Water as Guillermo del Toro's Oscar-winning film about a fishman and Sally Hawkins falling in love. It's actually really beautiful. It's just beautifully shot, a beautiful story. The whole movie is about Sally Hawkins' character, Elisa, and her empathy for this fishman that is basically, you know, treated like this monster or like worse, like this inanimate object. They're just prodding at him and experimenting with him and doing all these awful things, and she's trying to save him. I feel like there's no bigger empathy than that, but also she has experienced probably a lot of lack of empathy, and it's safe to assume that she feels like an outsider and so can relate even more to this creature who is definitely an outsider. So I think I deserve 2 points for this because there is a hell of a lot of water in the movie and because the word water is in the title itself. So yeah. Number 5, closed off. Even though Pisces can spend a lot of efforts trying to help other people, they often have trouble asking for help themselves. This is partly because Pisces tends to feel misunderstood, or like people don't take the time to understand them in the way that they take time to understand others. And since the trait is closed off, I think there's no better movie for this than 2009's Up. After going through the heartache of losing his wife, Carl Fredricksen is completely shut off to the world. He is so closed off and grumpy that he's actually declared a public menace by the local courts and forced to move into a retirement home. That's pretty intense. I think this movie shows us the dangers of being closed off and all the things you can miss out on. It can take Pisces a long time to get over heartbreak or disappointment. Water. Water. Yeah, because they're trying to get to Paradise Falls, which is a big waterfall. So 1 point for that being a waterfall. Number 6, generous. Pisces are known for being extremely generous and oftentimes putting others' needs before their own. That is why for this trait, I'm recommending 2019's A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. That's right, the Mr. Rogers movie. Mr. Rogers was the perfect example of someone who used their generosity to help millions around the world. Pisces are also known to be attracted to altruistic people, and I would definitely say Mr. Rogers was altruistic. The movie is actually based on the true story of this writer, Lloyd Vogel, who was assigned to do a piece on Mr. Rogers. Vogel was basically a very closed off person, right? Coming back to that. The movie is kind of about how meeting Mr. Rogers affects his life. I would say the movie also has a somewhat dreamlike quality to it in the way that it jumps from the actual show to the interview that they're having. And so sometimes you're not quite sure which storyline is the present, which I think is pretty cool. Was there any water in the movie? No. But Mr. Rogers was a Pisces himself. So, you know, I think that should get a little something, right? Yeah, okay. So the bonus points, 5 points. All right, that is pretty cool considering there were only 6 movies. I actually planned ahead in case I did, you know, deserve a prize. I am eating these super sour Scandinavian swimmers from, yes, my local Trader Joe's. I've actually never had these before, but according to the David Chang podcast, they are the #1 rated snack/candy at Trader Joe's. So let's give them a try. So excited, honestly. Oh my God. All right, let's do this. Oh my God. Oh. Oh yeah, that's good. That's real good. Oh, this one's shaped like a dolphin. Okay. Definitely recommend these candies, guys. Watch them with one of the movies from the list. I am actually gonna go watch American Psycho right now, rewatch American Psycho, maybe for a video coming up soon. Please don't forget to subscribe and like, hit a thumbs up on that video if you like this. Do you want me to make more videos like this? Should I do a whole astrology series? I'm totally down for it. I think these are really fun, but let me know in the comments. All right, that's it. I want to keep eating these, but I feel like I can't eat and like talk at the same time. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Watch the movies, subscribe, buy the candy. Have a great night. I'll see you guys later.